Magandang umaga po sa ating lahat. Maligayang pagdalo sa ating national orientation on the implementation of the expanded career progression system for teachers and school heads. We're delighted to have you with us as we embark on a meaningful and insightful activity today. And we understand your anticipation for this orientation, which aims to discuss the key provisions of the recently issued DepEd Order number 24 series of 2025.
Thank you very much, Marek. Maraming salamat. Kami po ay nagagalak na makasama kayo ngayong umaga dito sa ating national orientation on the expanded career progression for teachers and school heads. I am here today, this morning, to explain or to discuss to you the salient features or the overview of the expanded career progression for teachers and school heads. So this policy is triggered by the issuance of Executive Order 174, Series of 2022. Ito pong EO 174 is actually an amendment to the old Executive Order 500 na matagal na po nating ginagamit since 1978. But the expanded, kaya siya tinatawag na expanded career progression system, is because from the old Executive Order 500, in-expand po natin yung mga positions ng teachers dito po sa ECT. So the purpose of the expanded career progression system for public school teachers, or the EO 174, is to promote professional development and career progression of teachers and define the career lines within public school system that applies to all teachers in the elementary and secondary levels, including senior high school. Hinighlight po talaga namin dito that this includes senior high school. Marami po ang nagtatanong sa amin, bakit po wala pa rin po tayong reclassification for senior high school? Ito na po yung iniintay natin. Since 2016, wala po tayong reclassification for senior high school. Pinagsama-sama po natin sa isang polisiya. So ano nga ba yung ginagawa nitong Executive Order 174? Number one, it authorizes the creation of additional teaching position in the teaching career lines. Ito po yung mga green boxes natin in your illustration to the right. Ito po yung teachers 4, 5, 6, 7, and master teacher 5. It also defined the parameters in choosing between established career options from specialized classroom teaching or school administration. Dito po, si teacher may only be allowed to choose between career paths upon reaching Master Teacher 1. Bakit po natin kinakailangan na makatungtong muna sa Master Teacher 1 bago tayo makapamili ng career path? Babalikan po natin ang ating PPST. Yung master teacher po is defined or expected to be at the level of highly proficient. Ibig sabihin po, kapag tayo ay highly proficient, we can already model outstanding performance, good practices. We can already coach and mentor our subordinate or our junior teachers, and we can already do technical assistance to other teachers. All of which are minimum requirements, or all of which are minimum competencies for you to become either a school principal or a higher master teacher. So that's why we want, in this career progression, we want everybody to at least reach the level of a master teacher 1 before they can choose a career path. Sa kasalukuyan po, kapag po tayo ay teacher 3, ay pwede na po tayong mamili. Hindi po natin sinasabi na ang ating mga teacher 3 ay hindi pa competent enough to reach or to choose career path, but because of the issuance of the PPST, we have now a standard and well-defined parameters on how we can assess our teachers, and that is already embedded in our expanded career progression system. Kaya po nang nakalagay dito sa bullet 3, it attaches teacher progression or promotion with the professional standards of PPST and PPSSH. Kung baga po, we are true to our advocacy, aligned with the CSC requirements that promotion and hiring in government service should be based on merit, fitness, and competence. No? At ito pong lahat ay nakapaloob sa ating professional standards. So kaya po natin kinakabit no, yung ating promotions or career progression with the professional standards. Okay, next slide please. So ano nga ba yung vision natin no, sa teacher progression? Nung nag-start po kami in 2017, 2018, when we started formulating or developing the concept on the career progression, ang gusto lang po talaga natin ay pabilisin yung promotion ng ating teachers. Subalit nung during our consultations, nalungkot po kami no, sa aming mga natuklasan because marami po palang mga teachers na nagre-retire ng Teacher 1. No? Yun ang isa sa naging pinakauna po namin or primary purpose namin for having this reform agenda. So sana ang vision natin ay wala ng public school teacher na magre-retire ng Teacher 1 lamang. So ang ating strategy for that, we want reclassification as the primary means for promotion, making promotion faster and self-paced. Anong ibig sabihin nito? Sa reclassification po, hindi natin kailangan mag-antay ng natural vacancy. Hindi natin kailangan mag-antay na merong teacher na merong higher teacher position na mabakante due to either retirement, resignation, or even expiration. Hindi po natin kailangan intayin yon. Ang kailangan natin gawin is that we have to make sure that we meet the requirements, the qualification standards, and the expectations in terms of PPST for us to be promoted. No? Mas mapapabilis nito yung ating promotion through reclassification. And also, through reclassification, hindi tayo makikipagtunggali sa iba pang mga teachers. No? Kumbaga po, ang kalaban natin ay yung ating mga sarili. Depende kung gaano tayo kasipag, no, na trabahuhin yung ating karera sa loob ng ating organization. Number 2, we want to establish a career path that will allow our teachers to remain in the classroom while advancing in stature and compensation. Dati po kasi ang nangyayari, kung gusto natin ma-promote, dahil mataas po ang Master Teacher 1, from Teacher 3, lilipat muna tayo sa ibang posisyon, either head teacher or ibang position in the department para po tayo ay ma-promote. Ngayon, binibigyan tayo ng ECP system ng additional positions in the career line of teaching na Teacher 4, 5, 6, 7 so that pwede po tayong ma-promote habang tinatrabaho natin o habang ina-acquire natin yung ating master's degree or yung qualifications for master teacher. So pwede tayo ma-promote up to SG17 bago tayo maging master teacher. Number 3, we want to establish a clear career options for teachers. Sabi nga po natin kanina, kailangan mas malinaw kung paano natin papipiliin si teacher ng kanyang career lines between classroom teaching and school administration. We want to clarify and rationalize career paths of our teachers. Teachers may choose alternative career options once they reach highly proficient level. And lastly, of course, lahat ng ito na ginagawa natin ay para pagbutihin ng edukasyon sa Pilipinas. Teachers' advancement should be based on quality of teaching practice. Kasi at the end of the day, ang gusto natin, ang mga napopromote ay yung deserving of the promotion. We don't want to promote just for the sake of promoting. So in the process, we want to uphold teacher quality standards through competency and merit-based promotion or reclassification. Okay, in the next slides, I will be presenting to you some of the studies that we have gone through. So in support of the career progression for teachers, ito po yung mga realidad na dinadaanan or nakikita natin sa araw-araw. So Right now, as of April 2025, meron po tayong 800,000 plus teachers. And sadly, 91% of these teaching positions are occupied by teacher 1 to teacher 3. So one third po of the teacher population, no, out of this 91%, one third of that is our teacher 1. So ibig sabihin po, meron po tayong 300,000 teachers na ngayon ay teacher 1 pa rin. No? Ito po ay isang malungkot na realidad na gusto natin solusyonan through the career progression of our teachers. Mamaya po, through our discussion, makikita natin kung paano natin ito gagawin. Number 2. Okay, ang sabi dito, no, we did a with the PIDS, we did a depth workforce study in 2018, and in the Philippines, teacher promotion occur at an alarming slow rate, with data indicating that it takes an average of 15 years to progress from teacher 1 to teacher 3. Dito po sa workforce study, tiningnan yung median number of years of teachers doon sa kanyang posisyon. Ano? At nakita natin para maging teacher 3, in the average, ang mga teacher 3 po natin ay 15 years in service na. And on the average, ang ating mga master teacher 1 ay 23 years in service na. And on the average, ang ating mga master teacher 2 ay 25 years in service. Ang ibig po sabihin nito, matagal, no? Mabagal yung promotion natin sa DepEd. Number 2, meron pong study yung Save the Children on teacher motivation. They identified 8 threats to teacher motivation. And based on the results of the Philippines, yung country-specific results, pangalawa po, no, sa critical threats to teacher motivation in the Philippines is the few opportunities for career development. Kapag ka po si teacher ay hindi nabibigyan ng tamang oportunidad for promotion, for career advancement, nakakaapekto po ito sa kanyang motibasyon. Lalong-lalo na po dito sa number 1, ano, makikita natin increased workload and challenges, no. Tapos sasamahan mo pa ng kukonti or limited opportunities for promotion. Okay, pangatlo, ito po yung mas recent, yung study by the Simio Inotec. They actually provided recommendations, no, on how to address the motivation of our teachers. In their study, Exploring Teachers' Wise, Understanding Motivation Among Teachers in the Philippines, they said that with teachers aiming for career movement, opportunities for career progression should be made viable option for teachers who want to focus on classroom teaching. Sinabi din po dito that we should provide additional career progression steps for teachers and master teachers to ensure that high-performing and experienced and expert teachers are retained within the system. So this career progression, in the next slide, is also a response, to the EDCOM report, EDCOM Year 2 report, which says that limited opportunities for career advancement force teachers to move into administrative roles to secure higher pay rather than progressing through classroom-based positions. Inulitin po ng study ng EDCOM na mabagal po yung promotion natin sa DepEd. At yun nga po, yung kanilang recommendation is to institutionalize a career progression for public school teachers, harmonize the qualification standards and assessment, and promote a merit-based and flexible career progression. Okay, so ito pong ating policy is actually a response to the long clamor of our teachers for better opportunities. Our career progression aims to create more opportunities for promotion for qualified teachers. Teachers may be promoted up to Teacher 7 while completing their master's degree. In this policy also, we aim to boost teacher morale, drive motivation, and incentivize high performance through career advancement rather than across-the-board salary increase. Dito po kasi sa policy natin, mabibigyan ka ng opportunities if nagpe-perform ka. No? And kung nabibigyan tayo ng opportunities, nabibigyan tayo ng reward at the end of our hard work, of course, we will be more motivated to work in our daily teaching activities. And number 3, of course, we want to uphold teacher quality through competency-based and merit-based promotion. So we want our reclassification and promotion, even in the natural vacancy, to be based on PPST and teacher quality standards rather than pure credentials. Dati po kasi kung mas meron tayong mga PhD, no? Kung mas mataas ang ating mga educational attainment, kung mas madami yung ating training, kung mas mahaba yung ating experience, more likely mas marami yung chances natin na ma-promote. No, but these credentials do not necessarily translate or do not necessarily mean na magaling tayo sa classroom. So through our PPST, titingnan natin through the classroom observable and non-classroom observable indicators. Paano ba ito si teacher sa classroom? Deserving ba siya ma-promote base sa kanyang performance sa classroom? So titingnan po natin yan, no? And lastly, this is a response also to the challenge of the President na sana dito sa system na ito, walang public school teacher na magre-retire ng Teacher 1 lamang. So ito po ay talagang pronouncement, no? Directive po ito from our President, and we want to be faithful to that commitment, no? So that sana, no, with this policy, wala po talagang Teacher 1 na magre-retire ng walang teacher na magre-retire ng Teacher 1 lamang. At this is also a call, no, for our teachers, especially our incumbents of Teacher 1 position, na gawin din natin yung ating part, no, to participate in this policy, participate in the assessment, participate in the career progression implementation, and really own reflect on your professional development and take ownership of your career advancement. Sige po. In the next slide, I will be presenting key provisions of the DepEd Order number 24 series of 2025. Unahin po natin yung scope. Ano-anong mga positions po ba yung covered nitong EO 174 and DepEd Order 24 series of 2025. Sa teachers, of course, covered ito yung ating teachers 1 to 7 and master teachers 1 to 5. Sa school principal, covered nito yung school principal positions 1 to 4. Including dito po yung mga teaching positions bearing the parenthetical titles, yung SNED, no, yung special needs education teachers and special science teachers. Gusto ko din pong i-highlight sa slide na to na yung ating mga ALS teachers, madrasa teachers, yung ating mga IT teachers, mobile teachers are all included here because they are occupying a generic position of a teacher, either teacher 1 to 3 or master teachers. No? So they are covered, no, in this policy. Ano po yung hindi covered? Yung ating mga guidance counselors. Hindi po sila kasama. Guidance coordinators, school farming coordinators, vocational instruction supervisors, yung newly created school counselor associates and school counselors, hindi po din sila covered nitong ating policy. Hindi rin po dito covered yung ating school librarians and other positions in the library service groups regardless kung meron po silang teaching load. No? Sana wala na pong nangyayari na ganyan. Hindi rin po dito covered yung mga teaching positions in non-DepEd managed schools and community learning centers. Ano-ano po itong mga non-DepEd managed schools? Ito po yung mga schools, pwedeng SUC, LUCs na nag-o-offer ng senior high school or secondary level, hindi po kasama sa ating policy yung mga teachers doon. Hindi rin po kasama sa ating policy yung mga teachers teaching in the Philippine High School for the Arts, the NAS, and the Philippine Science High School System. So covered po sila ng ibang ahensya. Okay po. So hindi rin po covered dito sa ating policy yung teaching positions in the Bansang Moro Autonomous Region in Muslim Mindanao. But we noted in our policy that should they want to adopt our expanded career progression, they may do so. They just need to issue their a similar policy from their end. And of course, all other positions that are neither specified in EO 174 nor specifically identified by DepEd as covered by the system. So yan po, sana malinaw yung ating coverage. In the next slide, we want to, at this point, we want to discuss the process, no, how we came up with this expanded career progression system. In the next slide, we will be showing the framework that we used in this endeavor, the teacher development framework. So sa iba, no, akala natin nag-uumpisa yung teacher development sa teacher 1 when we are hired as teacher 1. But in fact, the teacher development starts at the pre-service institutions. Of course, yung ating mga TEIs, teacher education institutions, dyan po tayo hinupulma para maging future teachers. No? But of course, with the Philippine Professional Standards for Teachers, we are working with the Teacher Education Council so that we can influence our teacher education institutions to revise and adopt the PPST, and so that we are sure that graduates of teacher education institutions are meeting the requirements of the beginning teacher or career stage 1. Yun po yung pangarap natin, na kapag ako ay isang graduate ng isang teacher education institution, sure ako, na nami-meet ko yung foundations, nami-meet ko yung basic requirements and expectations of a career stage 1 or beginning teachers. We are also encouraging our PRC that they revise or they align their the teacher licensure examination with the beginning expectations or the beginning indicators. So that sure tayo na kung ako ay graduate at may diploma from a teacher education institutions at kumuha ako ng LEP, ang ititest sa akin is the beginning career stage. And of course, after that, mag-a-apply na po si teacher sa DepEd gamit ang DepEd Order 7 Series of 2023, yung ating hiring guidelines for Teacher 1, RSA guidelines. So dito po sa hiring guidelines, kung matatandaan nyo po, nung nag-apply tayo as Teacher 1, in-assess na rin po tayo using the PPST. And in-assess na po tayo using beginning towards proficient indicators. Ano pong ibig sabihin natin ng beginning towards proficient? Beginning teachers pero nagpapakita na ng konting competencies towards proficient. Of course, kunwari si teacher po nakapasa na. Nakuha siya sa RQA at na-appoint po siya as teacher 1. Dito po mag-uumpisa ang trabaho ni DepEd in terms of teacher development. From being a teacher 1 through our National Educators Academy of the Philippines or our NAEAP, the teacher will undergo a teacher induction program or the induction program for beginning teachers, where the intention is for our beginning teachers to move to the higher career stages or career stage 2. Ang goal po ng ating learning and development or professional development for our teachers is to move our teachers from one career stage to another, from beginning to proficient, from proficient to highly proficient, and from highly proficient to distinguished. Yan po ang goal ng ating NAEAP. Yan po yung ating goal sa ating professional development. And of course, sabi ko nga po kanina, hindi naman pwedeng gumagaling lang si teacher. Dapat sinasabayan din natin siya ng promotion. Kaya po nandito yung ating ECP system, yung ating Expanded Career Progression System, because gusto po natin na habang gumagaling si teacher, na po-promote din po siya. And that is how we want our teachers to get motivated to really work on their professional development and career advancement. Okay, in the next slide, ipapakita ko po yung structure, yung ating ECP structure at kung paano sila pwedeng mamili ng career stages. Ipapakita ng career path. Ipapakita ko din po dito paano natin kinakabit yung ating positions with the career stages of the PPSP. Okay, so this is the structure of the ECP system. Kung makikita nyo po, at the base of our system is the teachers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And upon reaching Master Teacher 1, dun po mamimili si teacher ng kanyang career path, either classroom teaching or school administration. In this illustration also, you can see how we aligned the progression of our teachers with the career stages of the PPST and the PPSSH. So we are looking at teachers 1 to 3 as our beginning towards proficient teachers, 4 to 7 as our proficient teachers, Master Teacher 1 and 2 as our highly proficient teachers, and Master Teacher 3 to 5 as our distinguished teachers. So sasabihin po ng ilan sa atin, pwede namang teacher 3 ako pero magaling na ako eh. Kaya ko na nga maging master teacher pero bakit tinatag nyo ako as beginning towards proficient? No? Ito po ay blueprint lamang. Hindi po ibig sabihin na ito talaga yung inyong competency level. Kapag ka po sa tingin ninyo, ako ay isang teacher na nagpapakita na ng highly proficient or proficient indicators, dapat po signal na yun na nag-a-apply na tayo for promotion. Nag-a-apply, nagpa-participate na po tayo sa ating ECP system. Signal na po yun sa atin, signal na rin po yun para sa ating HR na dapat pinopromote na natin sila. No? Ganon din po sa ating school administration career lines. Yung ating pong teachers 4, 5, 6, 7 and Master Teacher 1, sila po ang nakikita natin na aspiring principal. And at the same time, they are our proficient and highly proficient teachers. Anong ibig sabihin po nito? Ibig sabihin nito at this stage, dapat po available na sa mga teachers na ito all the professional development interventions for both career paths. No? Kung sino man po yung nagpaplano na pumunta sa school administration career line, dapat po yung kanyang PD program ay suitable for that career line. Dapat din po at this point, tayo bilang teachers, nagre-reflect na din tayo. No? Kung ano talaga yung career path na gusto natin tahakin. No? Ito din pong teachers 4, 5, 6, 7 and Master Teacher 1. Ito yung pwede natin pong i-train, bigyan ng mga designation to become either department heads or assistant school principal. Mamaya po makikita ninyo yan. Now, kung sikali mo po si teacher ay po pinili nga yung school administration career line, si school principal 1 and 2 are expected to be at the career stage 2 of the PPSSH, principal 3, career stage 3, and principal 4, career stage 4. Ngayon, ang tanong, paano po ma'am kung ako, ang pinili ko po ay school principal? Principal 1 na po ako. No, pero gusto ko palang medyo mas masaya po pala ako sa classroom teaching. Pwede po ba ako bumalik, no? Pwede po tayong bumalik sa kabilang career line provided na qualified po tayo doon sa master teacher at meron pong bakanting posisyon as a master teacher or yung staffing standards na i-discuss mamaya in the next session ay nami-meet po natin. Okay? So pwede po tayong bumalik to the equivalent career, equivalent position or higher position in both career lines. Pero mamaya po babangkitin ko na merong mga limitasyon itong ating switching of career lines. Okay? In the next slide, ayan, paano naman ngayon? Ngayon pong nakita na natin yung structure, nakita na natin yung system of expanded career progression, paano naman sila ngayon mapopromote? Unang-una, hiring and promotion to positions in the ECP system shall be based on merit, fitness, and competence. Nabanggit ko po dito yung hiring. Ang tanong, Ms. Chanda, pwede po bang mag-apply ng teacher 4 na? Or teacher 5 na? Or diretso na po ako sa higher positions? Kung maalala nyo po, meron tayong DepEd Order 20, Series of 2024, yung RSA for higher teaching positions. Doon po open ang lahat ng ating higher teaching positions to external applicants provided na nami-meet din nila, tulad ng ating mga internal applicants, provided na nami-meet din nilang the same qualifications and same competencies of the position being applied for. That is the absolute definition natin of merit, fitness, and competence. At idagdag na rin po natin yung equal opportunity. Hindi lamang po internal applicants, kundi pati po yung ating external applicants ay pwede pong mag-participate dito sa ating policy. Number 2, promotion shall be primarily through reclassification, without precluding promotions through natural vacancy in the event of newly created items or vacated positions. Ano po yung ibig sabihin nito? Gaya ng sabi natin kanina, ang ina-advocate natin is reclassification as the primary means of promotion. Kasi mas mabilis po yun. Pero kung sakali man pong may nabakante, kunwari nag-retire po ang incumbent, nag-resign po ang incumbent, the vacated position shall still be published and posted for 1 year, inviting all applicants, internal and external, so that they can compete for that vacancy. If after 1 year, di po na-fill upan yung vacated position, kunwari it's a Master Teacher 3 position, through DepEd Order number 20 Series of 2024, the vacated position shall be abolished and converted to Teacher 1. And will now be filled up using our existing CAR RQA for Teacher 1. Number 3, promotion shall be non-hierarchical. Ito po yung mga nagtatanong. Marami pong nagtatanong ito sa amin. Kailangan po ba dadaanan po kada position or pwede po ba ako mag-jump? Promotion shall be non-hierarchical. Ibig sabihin, yes, pwede tayo mag-jump with certain limitations, provided that the following conditions are met. Number 1, promotion should be career stage-based. When we say career stage-based advancement, no teacher shall progress to higher career stages without progressing through each of the career stages. So I guess, nasagot nyo na yung tanong kanina ni Marek on the fact or myth. Ibig sabihin po, kung ako po ay teacher 1 to 3, occupying a position from 1 to Teacher 3, from Teacher 1 to Teacher 3, hindi po ako pwede mag-apply diretso ng Master Teacher 1. Kasi ang Master Teacher 1 is a career stage 3 position. So kailangan ko po dumaan in any of the positions sa career stage 2, doon po sa proficient. Kailangan ko po dumaan sa pagiging proficient muna bago po ako umakyat sa highly proficient. So any of the position naman yan. Para meron pa pong pangalawa, kailangan namimit din po natin yung 3 salary grade limitation. We don't want to have problems po with our appointments, so we want to abide and adhere to the CEC rules and regulations on the 3 salary grade limitation, even if that is reclassification or natural vacancy. So promotion shall not exceed 3 salary grades than the applicant's current position, except no, except when the promotional appointment falls within the purview of the applicable exemptions granted by the CSC as stipulated in the ORA-ORA. So may bago tayong ORA-ORA ngayon, 2025 ORA-ORA. May mga nakapaloob po doon na exemptions, no, that can allow us to be promoted more than 3 salary grades. Kasama dyan yung deep selection process and yung ating next in rank, no, kasama po doon sa ating exemptions. So, when we submit, kung sakali man pong reclassification yung path na kinuha natin, the application for reclassification should be accompanied by a justification that fall under these exemptions. Okay? Sige po. In the next slide, nabanggit ko na po ito kanina, yung scrap and build policy. Isa po ito sa magandang polisiya ng DBM that we are adopting, no? At dito po sa ating ECP system, mas gagamitin po natin yung strategy na ito, no? Ano ang ibig sabihin ng scrap and build? Vacated position shall be abolished to create new positions through conversion. If it remains vacant after it has been published and posted as natural vacancy for 1 year, reckon from the date of vacancy. Bakit po natin ito ina-advocate? Unang-una po, marami po tayong unfilled positions. Maraming positions, lalong-lalo na sa higher positions at lalong-lalo na sa senior high school na kulang po yung ating applicants just because mataas yung qualification standards. At ang resulta po nito, medyo nagkakaroon po tayo ng underspending, no? Nasasayang yung position kasi walang qualified. So kapag ka po ang ating position, vacant position or unfilled position remains dormant for a period of 1 year, that is the time we abolish that to create new positions. So that means that the schools division office should take all means of all strategies so that they would be able to fill up that position within 1 year. Otherwise, we will be converting that position to the positions in the table below. So kung ang na-vacate po is school principal 2, 3, and 4, that will be converted to school principal 1. If the vacated position is teachers 1 to 7 or nawala po yung master teacher 1 to 5, that will be converted to teacher 1. Okay? In the next slide, okay, ngayon pong alam na natin kung paano tayo ma-promote. Again, recap, we can be promoted through reclassification or kung may vacanting position, we can also be promoted through natural vacancy. Pero ano nga ba po yung proseso? Unang-una, just like any other government position, we have to meet the CSE-approved qualification standards. We have to meet the education, training, experience, and eligibility requirements. Number 2, we have to meet the certain PPST-based performance requirements. We have to meet the desired proficiency level for teachers defined under the PPST as may be assessed through our performance ratings or through our PNES. No? So kung makikita nyo po, very similar po ito. Parehong-pareho doon sa ating DepEd Order 20 series of 2024. No? Meron tayong QS, meron tayong performance requirements, and number 3, of course, pag napasa natin itong 1 and 2, we have to undergo the comparative assessment by our HRMPSB and our subcommittees. No? Since last year po, we have been training assessors. No? We have been training teacher assessors all over the country, and right now po na nababasa po namin sa mga posts, no, that some of our divisions have already completed their cascading or their rollout of the assessors training. So malamang po yung mga divisions ninyo, meron na po silang mga trained assessors of teacher competencies, and they are trained how to assess the criteria indicated below, no? Of course, yung ating education, training, and experience through our incremental scale, yung ating performance is also one of the criteria, and of course, the bulk of this points will be given to classroom observation or classroom observable indicators and the non-classroom observable indicators that will be assessed through teacher portfolio and behavioral events interview. So yung binanggit ko po kanina ng mga assessors, they are trained how to evaluate applicants, no? Through classroom observation, through portfolio annotations, and through behavioral events interview. So paghandaan po natin yan. Ano po? Ngayon may nagtatanong kanina, mayroon tayong tanong kanina, fact or myth? No? Masyado bang mahirap? Pinapahirapan ba natin yung ating mga teachers sa ating under this ECP system? No? Kung mapapansin niyo po, ito pong classroom observation, teacher portfolio, kung ginagawa po natin ito araw-araw in our daily teaching and learning process, no? Hindi po dapat tayo nahihirapan at hindi po dapat tayo natatakot na magpa-evaluate, no? So, dahil kung tayo po ay diligent, no, na at isinasabuhay po natin yung mga expectations, yung mga standards under our PPST, hindi po dapat ito mahirap sa atin. Okay? So paano naman po kung, so ibig po ba sabihin, Miss Chanda, kung ako po ay dadaan ng natural vacancy, pareho po yung proseso na dadaanan ko? Paano naman po kung ako ay dadaan ng reclassification, ano po yung dadaanan kong proseso? Sabi po dito sa box sa below, of course, pareho po sila. Magkaiba lang po yung ating reference document, pero kung babasahin po ninyo, pareho lang po yung criteria natin. Again, CSEA approved qualification standards, performance requirements, and the comparative assessment by our trained assessors. Ngayon, paano naman kung ako po ay pupunta sa school administration career line? Ano naman yung criteria na dadaanan ko? Ano yung proseso na dadaanan ko? Again, we have to meet the CSE approved qualification standards in terms of education, training, experience, and eligibility. Number 2, we have to pass the DepEd-administered school head assessment. In the coming days, meron po tayong i-administer na national assessment for school heads or ang tinatawag natin ngayon na NASH. So, kailangan po natin ipasa yun, no? That is a readiness test. Kumbaga po, dito po sa assessment na to, gusto natin makita yung kanilang readiness, no? To take on the function of a school principal. So, kailangan po natin ipasa yan. That's the second requirement for the school administration career line. Number 3, of course, we have to undergo the assessment or the comparative assessment by our HRMPSB and subcommittees. At kung familiar po kayo sa ating DepEd Order number 7, no, meron po doon RSA guidelines, no, for school administration positions. Pareho po yung criteria natin sa reclassification at sa natural vacancy. So titingnan natin yung kanilang education, training, experience, performance, outstanding accomplishments, application of education, application of L&D at ating potential. I-highlight ko po dito yung application of education and application of L&D because hindi po tayo natatapos lang sa pag-attend ng mga training at hindi po tayo natatapos lang sa pag-achieve, sa pag-acquire ng ating master's degree or units for higher education. Dapat po na-apply natin ang learnings na ito sa ating daily function. Ano? Kung ano man po yung ating natutunan doon ay hindi lamang napupunta sa ilalim ng ating mga desks, kundi na-apply po natin sa ating araw-araw na pagtatrabaho. Okay? Sige po. I'm down to, I think, my last slide. I'd like to highlight po the switching of career lines. No, sabi ko kanina, pwede naman po, halimbawa po ay napunta tayo, pinili natin yung school administration, pero gusto natin bumalik sa classroom teaching, pwede naman po yun. However, there are certain restrictions. Switching of career line shall be allowed only once. No, so pwede lang po tayo mag-switch, ng isang beses, no? Bakit po natin ito ini-implement? Kaya po nang sabi ko kanina, it should be incumbent upon us also to reflect on our professional development and career advancement. Dapat tayo din po mismo, alam natin kung saan tayo papunta. No? Ano ba talaga yung career line na gusto nating tahakin, no? So pwede naman tayo mag-switch pero isang beses lang. Number 2, the applicant must meet the QS and undergo the assessment for the position applied for. It can be done through reclassification or natural vacancy, but they have to meet the QS and undergo another assessment. Kasi iba po siya, no? Magkaiba yung trabaho, ang expectation ng school principal at magkaiba din po ang sa master teacher. So hindi po natin pwedeng i-assume na dahil ako na ay school principal ay kaya ko nang maging master teacher. No? Magkaiba po siya. Lalong-lalo na sa higher master teacher positions, iba na po ang expectation kapag ang position na ay nasa distinguished. Okay? And number 3, of course, the switching will still be subject to availability of vacant position and or the applicable staffing standards for master teacher and school principal. Mamaya po in the next session, medyo bibitinin ko po kayo, i-discuss po ng aming kasamahan yung ano naman po itong sinasabi nating staffing standards. No? So that will be one of the consideration kung tayo po ay magsiswitch ng career line. So I guess I have discussed some of the salient provisions of the DepEd Order 24 series of 2025. Sana po ay may natutunan kayo sa aking session ngayong umaga. Magbabalik po ako mamaya, wag po kayong mag-alala para sumagot ng ilang mga katanungan. Pero I hope that you have taken down notes, you have taken down your questions. You may ask them po later sa comment section. And meron po kami ibibigay sa inyo na QR code kung saan nyo po pwedeng ibato, no, yung inyong mga katanungan, particularly in this session on the expanded career progression system. So with that, maraming salamat po. I will be ending my session at this point, and thank you po for listening. I hope to have a more productive morning with you, and back to you, Marika.